Hi everyone. So next thing we will discuss is the exception handling. So this exception handling is a kind of a method to handle the error which are generally occurs during the runtime, right? So using this exception handling, we're trying to handle some kind of a error which are different from your syntax and the semantics error. So whenever you're writing a code, you may get across some kind of a error. So those kind of errors are generally being categorized into the two way, right? One is the syntax error and another is the semantic error, right? So in the syntax error, let's say for example, if statement is there and we have a condition like this: a is greater than 10 and the body of the part, and let's say within this body you have written some code. So now if you are having a code like this, so here is an expression is mistake, right? So here according to the syntax of the operator I have used incorrectly. So this is will says that this is undefined operator or this operator has been used. Okay, it should be used like this, it will inform. So this is what the information we will get, right? So this is one of the example of syntax error. Another example, let's say you have a two statement under the if, right? So you are saying that if a is greater than b, then you are displaying both a value and the b value, okay, if the condition is true. But if you want to write the multiple statement after the if statement, then you have to put it here the curly braces, open and close curly braces, right? But here we don't have any curly braces, that's why it will. So apart from the syntax, this is belongs to a semantic error, right? So we have written everything is correct with respect to the syntax, right? But if you miss the simple curly braces, then it display the different result, right? So if the condition is true, it only shows the a value, right? And then it ignores the b value, right? So this is what a kind of a semantic error. Another kind of a semantic error, you want to perform some addition function, right? And there you have written a plus b, right? But instead of writing the a plus b, you misplace and written a into b, right? So syntactically this a into b is correct, but according to your requirement you are doing the addition, but you are getting the result as the multiplication. So this is a kind of a semantic error, not syntax, semantic error, right? So generally we are getting this semantic error because of the poor knowledge of the programming, right? So apart from this, we have another kind of an error which are known as exception, and this exception is nothing but simply you can say the runtime error, the runtime error. So its example is division by 0, right? If you're dividing any number with the 0, it gives the infinite value, right? But it is not belongs to the semantic or the syntax error. So this division by 0, if it is occur in your program, then your program will terminate abnormally. So if my program is terminating abnormally, then I am having two things, right? One thing is it simply crash the program, and the second thing, it will not deallocate the memory allocated to the variables, right? And which go to a negative effect for your RAM or the random access memory, right? So if anything wrong happened to our program should be terminate in a proper way by deallocating the memory, right? And it should terminate in a way such that it will not affect our any of the file, right? So this exception handling generally used for the high level of coding. If you're having 1,000 number of code at that time, you cannot find out the particular error due to which your code is most of the time crashed, right? So by using the exception handling, we simply deallocate the memory in a proper way and terminate our program in a proper way. So to do this, we need a 3 block. One is called the try block, another is called throw block, and the last block is known as catch block, right? So these 3 blocks we need, right? So what happened when we are having any kind of a error in our program, then this try block will say that we have some error in our program. Then with this error message, with this particular error message, it takes to the catch block here by using this throw keyword, and within this catch, what we are doing, we are handling the error. We will find some way, okay, to deallocate the memory or to terminate the program in a correct way, right? So whenever we are executing a program, if any errors are there, then that is been found by this try block first of all. Then if the error is found, then the error is moved to the catch block by using this throw statement. So this throw statement move the error to the catch block right here, and the catch will handle the error, right? So let's see how to do with the program. So here I have a simple program, okay, which contain a single variable, one constructor, and this constructor will initialize the a value with the x, and one show function, its job is to simply display the value of a. So in order to execute this particular program, first of all I have to create an object oj and pass the argument 55, right? And next is to execute the show function, right? So this 55 value will copy it to the x, and then x value is copied to a value, and then I can find the a value as the 55 one, right? And when you're calling this show function, it will go here and it will call the show function, right? So let's just execute the program and check whether it is running correctly or not. No display. Okay, here I have a problem. Main, right? Save the program and again execute. Yes, we get the value 55. Now I want to convert the same program, right, for the exception handling, right? Let's do the division program. Here a and b values are there. Here you need to write another variable, let's say y. So y is a variable, assign the value of b with the y value of the argument, and just change this show function to the d function. And here first of all check if the b value is greater than 0, then perform the division operation. So here just create int d equals to a by b and display the result. So cout diff, right? And if the b is 0, then we are writing into the else part. If b is 0, then what to do? We simply throw throw 1. So this one is useful. We will see what is the use of this, right? So this much of thing till now you have to write. The next thing is to use the try and catch block. So try is a block, right? And another block we need is a catch block. It is consider some argument, so open and close braces and the curly braces. Again, within this we will put some code. So now whatever the code you have in the main, you are writing whatever the code in your main to execute your class, right? Just cut all the code and paste it over here, right? So this will, or these are the code should be kept inside the try block, right? Next thing, what to write inside the catch. So here, after catching the error, we will display that b value is 0, right? So here I have written throw 1. So as we have seen that if I am catching any error, I am throwing it to the catch block. So here, as the 1 is an integer value, just write it down here as a 1, right? And few things, a value right now 2 comma 2, so both are non-zero value, right? So just execute it. So function is not there, so the error is there. So value is 1, so 2 by 2 is 1. Let's check another value, 4 by 2, its result should be the 2. Yes, the 2 value we are getting, right? So till now every program is correct, but what happened if I am writing here the 0, right? The b value is 0. So this message what I have written, it shows the b value is 0, right? So this is we are not doing the actual exception handling kind of thing, but we are trying to depict the working of the try and catch block, the exception handling way of doing, right? So how it is working? So when we are executing a program with the value 4 and the value 0, then this 4 value is copied to x, this 0 value is copied to y, and then the x value is assigned to a and the y value is assigned to b, right? Then next is the division one. So when we are performing the division operation, it comes over here, it checks first the condition whether b is greater than 0 or not. If it is 0, perform the operation and display. But right now our b value is 0, so it will directly come over here and execute this throw 1. So as this here, the 1 it is written, it is an integer value, so it will go and search the catch block which is immediate after. Please make sure that the catch block is always defined immediate after the try block, right? So immediate after, so here 1 is integer, here the catch block it is integer, that is why the code is moving to this place, right? So if the throw value is integer 1, your catch argument should be the integer 1 and it will display the result. Let's see with the other value whether it is displaying or not. Make a character A and here just write down character, so it will display again B is a 0, so it is working correctly. So based on the value, whatever the value you are writing here, the same data type you have to write over here and it will do the job. So this is the basic simple way of writing a try catch block or exception handling in C++ programming, right? So this follow the same syntax for any kind of a program. Your program will going to run correctly. Don't bother about whether I'm doing something incorrect or not, right? Just do it, right? So this is the simple example, right? Let's just check with the next thing is the multiple catching, right? Let's just try to code with the multiple catch block, right? So as its name says, the multiple catch block, we have a multiple number of catch block after a single try block, right? Let's just 3 value we just consider, and here just write down as an int, and then here the float, and then here as it is character, and in the message just the character, right? And the division here you just write on the code like this. Okay. So here just we're trying to see that a different kind of exception. If so, here we have a single argument, so just constructor, so we have a x value, just delete this one, and here I'm considering the a value. If a value is greater than 0, then throw 1, right? And then similarly put another condition, or you can write if else kind of thing. Else if a is less than 0, then for the float I have to write 1.0, or you can write 5.0 as well, not a problem. And then else if the character 1, single character, let's say C, right? So if a value is greater than 0, then it will show the integer, less than, then float, and then character, right? So first just pass here with a is greater than 0, make it the last is equal to 0. So 1 is greater than 0, so let's just check what is the output. The close braces. So here guess the integer, so here 1 is greater than 0. Now next we need to execute the float, so less than 0, so -6, execute, terminate the call after throwing an instant of double. This is what the exception. So if you have an exception, then your program is terminated unexpectedly, right? So in our program, in text is okay, x value is okay, -6 also correct. What is terminating? Call after throwing an instant of double. right? So this kind of abnormal termination we are trying to avoid, right? It should work correctly. I don't know why it is doing like this. Let's just create one variable here, int p equal to -6, and pass that p value here. So it's the same kind of error, right? So instead of this p, let's check for the 0 whether it is showing the character or not. Yes, it is shows the character, right? So in this way you can create a multiple catching, right? Now let's say I want to write a code for catching all the exception. I want to catch all, right? So using a single catch block, right now I can catch all the error, whether it is throwing integer value, throwing character value, throwing float value. I will get I am able to catch all the thing. Okay, so for that, here you need to write the 3 dots. Save the program, execute it. So it says all. So here I am throwing what, a character, but it is coming over here. Okay, let's make a value greater than 0, so it should throw integer 1, right? So whether it is catching or not, again it is coming to the this block. So with the single catch block, right now I can catch a different type of throws, right? So this is the next important question, right? And the last one is to rethrow. So using the rethrow, we will discuss in the next video.